going to start with a question that the young man had about the visa. I'm not sure if he's still on the live, but
I am, Miss. I am.
okay, so go ahead with your question. Shanna, I'm going to ask you to come back and you're going to help me with the answers, and Chevoy. Just to kind of, so I want Chevoy and Shanna to handle the questions while I turn off my video for a short minute. So Chevoy, you can turn on back your video. I don't think Shanna can do the video.
Okay, all right, no problem.
All right, go ahead, Dominique.
Go ahead with the question.
Right. So I was asking if I could upload the old visa for the documents. I don't have it renewed currently.
Yeah, man, that's fine. Remember, you'll be getting another visa. So the purpose of you uploading your current visa is there's a question when you're doing your embassy application. If it asks, if you have an existing visa, then we put in that information. So even if you don't renew it in time for you to go on the program, it's not a problem. If you don't have an existing visa, you just leave that slot blank. Understood?
Okay. All right.
All right.
I have one more question before I go.
Go ahead.
Is it that before you get access to the job listings, do you have to upload every single document that's required?
All right, so let me repeat what you need to complete in order to get job access. You need to pay a registration fee of $2,875 Jamaican dollars. The payment should be reflected on your SWAT portal. You also need to pay the minimum deposit of $500 US. That payment should also be reflected on your portal. Complete the professional quiz, upload your passport size photo and a resume. And all those, once those requirements are met, then you'll be granted access.
Okay,
the other documents, you can upload them as you're in receipt of them. Understand?
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, so if you're through, Dominique, you can lower your hand. Go ahead, Giovanni, with your question.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I have actually 3 questions. The first being, how do we know that you guys have seen when we completed the professionalism quiz?
So the quiz is monitored, and team members actually go in and manually update the records with your quiz. All right.
Okay. Next is how do we go about finding housing? Is it something that you guys would help us with?
So most of our employers, they provide housing, and the housing details is normally listed in the job description that you would review before selecting the job. So you'll know all of that before you select the job. We normally recommend that you research the area and all of that. However, there are few employers who they don't offer housing. They will, however, provide housing leads, and the sponsor will also assist in the process.
Okay, so most of the employers provide housing.
Most of the employers.
Okay. I'm a first year student, and I wouldn't have access to my transcript until January. So does that mean that I wouldn't get access to the job list until January?
So remember, the transcript wasn't listed as one of the documents for job requirements. All right. And it was mentioned earlier that if you're a first-year student, you will not upload a transcript until you have completed December grades and your transcript is made available in January. So for first-year students, all students rather, the documents that were listed earlier or mentioned earlier, those are the documents that are required to get job access, and the transcript is not one of them.
Okay. Finally, I made payment to the NTB account for the registration fee, and I just want to clarify if I can pay the program fee to that account as well.
All right.
Or is it a case that we have to go in branch?
No. All right, so you can make payment to any of the banking details on our website. If you have an online account, the payment can be done via online. If you want to make the payment with a card, you can also make the payment via card. So you do not have to go in branch to make the payment. You do not have to wait until your account is approved to make your payment. So once you have made your registration, you can make the deposit pretty much the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Understood?
All right.
You mentioned, since you're on payments, I just want to make this clear to students. If you have US dollars in hand, tangible US dollars, always make the lodgement to a US account. So even if NCB, because we don't have a US NCB account. So even if the NCB is literally at your gate and you have US dollars, make the payment to our US account. Because if you lodge the US dollars to our Jamaican account, the value will decrease. And that $500 will no longer be valued at 500 US when it gets to our account. All right, so bear that in mind. All right, Tiffany's not responding.
Hi, good night. I wanted to ask if you had already selected the job that you want and you did not get the opportunity to view the PDF documents because you weren't aware that you needed to use Firefox for that. Is there any way possible that you can view those PDF documents again? Because I do realize on the portal you have a tab that says job description. When you click on that, then if you had downloaded Firefox and everything and you been through that, then you can click on the job description, but the first one alone in PDF pops up. Is there any way possible that the others can pop up that you can view them again?
All right, you'll have to reach out to the department directly regarding that.
Okay.
Cassandra, you have a question?
All right. Shanna, do you want me to take this one?
Sure, not a problem. Go ahead.
Okay. Ashari Rod, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Good evening, everyone. As it relates to when I was registering, I did not indicate the friend that I wanted to travel with. So I was wondering if I could just select that when I'm applying for the job.
Yes, it stated when you're selecting the job. That's where it's most important.
Okay, then thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Next should be Ashanta.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
I was asking in regard to the JOT form that was sent.
I'm sorry, what exactly that was sent? I didn't hear that clearly.
The JOT form, I believe it's a combination of multiple documents.
That was sent?
Via email, the JOT form.
Shanna, are you aware of what she's referring to?
No, I'm sorry. When you got that document?
I got it 2 days ago. It's ICDEA student information form for SWAT 2025.
So was it a document when you're registered, you automatically got that document?
I am unsure because I've registered for over a week now. It's the online application that create custom online forms. When you press it, it's like a link and it asks you to sign things like it has a form about you have to have like $1,400 prior to.
All right. Shanti, you sure that is a SWOT document? I'm going to message you directly and take your contact number because I'm not aware of that document.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, so I think next we can take a question from Raekwon.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. You can go ahead.
All right, good night. I was asking about the passport. It said something about the passport expiration. Could you repeat what you said?
All right. So I'm not sure what exactly you're referring to, but if your passport would have to be valid up until 6 months after your program ends. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, 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 that's it.
Yeah, so the program ends September 8th. So your program would have to be valid up to 6 months after that. So if your current passport expires before 6 months after your program will end, you will need to renew that passport before you travel.
Oh, okay. So, all right. My next question is, what's the difference between the sponsors?
All right, so we went through that earlier. There's no difference. There's no fundamental difference between the sponsors. They all serve the same function. We just happen to work with 4 sponsors. Each sponsor may have a minor difference in how they process participants and all that, but fundamentally they're the same. They serve the same function.
Okay, and my last question is, what are the fees after you pay the $500 deposit?
That's the balance of your program fee. In addition to that, you have to consider your embassy fee, your plane ticket, and your pocket money, but those are not necessarily paid to SWAT. Well, the embassy, you can pay SWAT to do your embassy application if you wish, but then your plane ticket, your pocket money, those are not paid to SWAT. But those are expenses you have to consider.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Shanna, we're gonna keep going?
Yes, I'm still seeing a few hands.
Okay. All right. I think the next would be with Dominic.
Okay, good night. I was checking out the portal, and when I looked at the payment details section, I was thinking of joining the I think it's CSB sponsor, but it is telling me that the program fee would be 1,890, which would be for the other sponsors. So I'm not
All
sure.
right. So the thing with that is your program fee will not be adjusted until you're actually assigned to the CSB sponsor. So that's when you'd see the adjustment. Whatever sponsor you choose your jobs from, that's how you become associated with a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for now it's gonna show 1890 until you become assigned to the CSB sponsor.
Just one quick minute, Chef Boy. Tracy, if Tracy's still on, could Tracy just quickly tell the students who are interested in self-placement? I had asked her to talk a little bit about the self-placement process, what they would need for students who are going to be getting their own job, what requirements they need to meet for the CSB department. So Tracy, are you on? After Tracy does that, just for a quick minute, then we can take maybe about 5 more questions. And then we would do one final giveaway and we close off with a video. So Tracy.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Yes, so for the CSB self-placement, you have to be between the ages of 19 to 26. You would have to be doing a bachelor's degree and traveled the most 2 times already, with CSB being your 3rd time. It will be the regular registering with SWAT, paying your security deposit and all that. However, the difference is you will need a CSB self-placement form and a housing form. How you get that? That is located on the SWAT portal in the document section. You can download the latest copy from that, and it shows at the bottom where it says season 2024. When you get that, you will send that to your sponsor, not your sponsor, you will send that to your employer. They will fill that out, sign it, and send it back to you, and you send that to us. We will then send that to the sponsor, have them vet the job, and then we will notify you whether or not the employer is approved. And then you would just continue with the process if approved, and if not, you can go as job assist. So that's basically it for the self-placement
All right.
option.
So just to be clear, if a student wants to do self-placement, they would have had to be on the, they would have had to gone on the program 2 times before. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's the most. So if they went like 3 times already, CSB won't take them. They have to, it have to be their first, second, or third time.
Okay, so if they've never been on the program before, they can do self-placement with you guys. Or if they've been on the program 2 times already, they can do it. But once they've done it 3 times already, they can't do it again with CSB.
Right.
Okay, but guys, just to remind you, remember, if you've done the program 3 times already, you can do it with our other sponsors, right? There isn't a limitation, but that wouldn't be self-placement. That would have to be job assist because we only offer self-placement with CSB. So if you want to do self-placement, you would have to meet the requirements of CSB in terms of the 3, you can't do it more than 3 times. But if you're doing job assist and you've done the program 3 times already, you can still do it with us, with our other sponsors. So I hope that's clear.
I'm sorry, Monica, just to add to this, especially for returnees, you cannot take a job from one of the other sponsors and bring it to CSB as self-placement. That won't work. So you can't go on the program with Spirit and come back and then you want to go on this program again and you say, oh, I'm going to take my Spirit job and bring it to CSB as self-placement. That's not possible.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Shavor. Because I know
and another thing, for CHI returnee, that's for students who have been with CHI before and they are returning to CHI.
Right. So only CHI students can click the CHI returnee if it is they went with them before. If you know you didn't go with CHI before, you cannot click CHI returnee in the for the program option. All right. All right. All right, great. So let's do 5 more questions. And then we're going to do our final giveaway and our video presentation.
So I wasn't finished with my question.
Shavoy or Chanel, you can go ahead.
All right. So the next person I'm seeing would be Kaylan Hibbert.
Is that Shavoy?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening.
I'm sorry. Kaylan, give me just a moment. I'm sorry.
Sure.
You were saying?
So I also noticed that when they were doing the presentation earlier, there wasn't anything for CSB, so will that be updated later?
Anything for CSB in terms of what? Exactly.
Like
yes.
When it was on the job portal, there was nothing for CSB.
Yes, so those, I'm sorry. Somebody was gonna say something?
Go ahead, Shavoy, sorry.
Oh, so yeah, so as I said, we are just starting to receive the job. So currently there's only Spirit and Green Heart jobs on the job board, but the other sponsors will add their jobs soon.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now back to you, Kaylan.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so my first question would be as it relates to transcripts. I went ahead and I applied for my transcript and I got it a few days now. However, it is sealed. On a video that I watched, it was saying that I should bring the document to the office. But that was a few, years ago during COVID and stuff like that. Is it a case where I should still bring the transcript to the office or?
No, so at this point in time, you don't bring any documents to the office. So your transcript, you're gonna open it, scan it, and upload it to your portal.
Right. Remember, guys, some of the videos that's on the portal would have been maybe 2 years old, 3 years old. So not everything is going to prevail as it now stands, which is why it's important that you're going through your contract Your contract is updated yearly. So your contract will tell you exactly what you need to do. And in the contract, it states specifically that documents are to be uploaded to your portal. So if you haven't taken the time to go through your contract, please ensure you don't let tonight run off without going through your contracts thoroughly. Okay?
Hello, miss. At the same thing with the status letter to miss. We open it and scan it and then upload it
The same thing with what?
with the status letter.
The status letter, yes. You don't take in any because here's the thing. When you take the documents to us, you're going to have to come back to us to collect it back to take it to the embassy. We're trying to avoid that. So you don't need to take any documents to us. Just open them because the embassy doesn't want anything in sealed envelopes anyway. So it doesn't make any sense. You collect them and you keep them in the sealed envelope. Open it, inspect it, because sometimes schools can make mistake on your documents that they give you. So you need to inspect the documents, scan them, upload them to your portal, put them back in the envelope and put them away in a safe place. So that come January, February, when we start processing people for embassy, you will have your documents on hand to take with you. And for those who have 1 minute, for those who have requested transcripts from no, it's not, if you had gone through your contract, you would have read where we don't need the official transcript for this semester. It's the unofficial. So you didn't have to pay to get a transcript done with your school. It's the official transcript for next year, January month, and that is needed because that's the one you're gonna have to take with you to the embassy. Okay? So make sure that if you are not a first year student and you're uploading transcripts for this semester, it's not can that person mute their mic, please? So if you're uploading transcripts this semester to show us what your current GPA status is, please do not make that an official transcript. You'll be spending money unnecessarily. You just need to go on your school portal and download the transcript and upload it. We'll accept the unofficial. But the end of January, when your grades are posted for this semester, it's the official transcript that is needed because that is the one that you're going to take with you to the embassy.